Candiace has to make up her mind. Either you want to be Robyn's friend or you don't. Either you want to be for Robyn or you don't. It's like Candiace is conflicted between deep down wanting to be Robyn's friend, but trying to maintain a distance from Robyn so she doesn't lose her fan base. That's what it comes across as to me. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are here to talk Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 5, Tequila, Tears, Texas. These episode titles haven't really been given. Not for real, but nonetheless. If you're brand new to the channel, I break down TV shows, one recap at a time, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So, if you enjoy that type of content, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. If you are a returning viewer that is not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. I am super close to my goal of 20,000 subscribers for the year. So if you guys have not already subscribed and you've been rocking with me, whether on this season or for other shows, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. I'm less than 400 away. Yes, less than 400 subscribers away from 20,000. So if you guys can, if you enjoy me, do me a solid and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so let's get started, y'all. So the episode picks up right where the last one left off, where Nneka and Wendy are going back and forth about whether she knows Lebe or not. And apparently Lebe got honored remember when Wendy first came on her first season, she had just had her daughter recently, and she had a traditional party for her daughter that all the ladies went to. They got headdresses and all that type of stuff. Apparently Lebe was there and was honored. We got a clip of that where Wendy is saying that she wants her daughter to grow up and be, to emulate the type of woman that Lebe is, because she's traditional while still being very Western. So either you know this lady or you don't, right? Wendy is going on to say that, if someone is close to the family, it's not uncommon to have them there. It's not, right? I have definitely invited or been in situations where my friends are at my brother's parties and my brother's friends have come to mine. But the difference is you made sure to highlight this lady as someone you would want your daughter to emulate. I wish Wendy would just be real and say, I don't fool with you because my sister and your cousin-in-law fell out. I think that's all that really needs to be said. Wendy is going like around the corner, over the bridge, under the water, like she's doing everything but just getting from point A to point B. And I think if Wendy were to just be very direct in what she's trying to say, this wouldn't be an issue. But Wendy, it's like, I don't know. And Wendy could be telling the truth 1,000%, but she's like trying to, I don't know. I don't get it. I truly don't get it. Y'all are making every excuse under the sun for Wendy, and y'all are making yourselves look crazy instead of just admitting Wendy been lying. So, Wendy also then said, to be fair, Gizelle got a head wrap too. And it's like, yeah, you gave everybody a hair wrap. Maybe you need to be a little more strict with who you involve into your family customs, your family traditions. I don't know. So Wendy said that was when Ivy was friends with Lebe. She then says, were you there or were you still in LA smoking crack? And it's like, Wendy. Dr. Wendy Asefo. Come on. Like, Wendy, you are better than this, right? One, it's never cool to assume somebody of being on drugs, right? For one. But two, when we're coming off the back of a season that was full of allegations. There are allegations now about your mother. Why do you think it's okay for you to accuse this lady of being on crack? On top of that, Wendy knows that her fans, y'all are going to sit in my comments. Y'all are going to sit on Twitter and act as if Wendy did absolutely nothing wrong. If you are coming in my comments to say that Wendy's, it's just a joke, save it, because I'm not gonna entertain you. Wendy accusing this lady of being on crack, then laughing about it is dead ass wrong. Dead ass wrong, no matter how you try to spin it. So Gizelle is like, we shouldn't put out drug allegations. Wendy said, let's not put out any allegations. Gizelle, you really shouldn't have said anything, sis. with the way things have been going for you, you shouldn't have said anything. So Gizelle is like, okay, all right, fine. They all get up and start dancing. I must have missed something because they all get up and start dancing. Candiace goes up to Nneka and asks if she's okay. Wendy comes over very quickly. Out of being my friend, don't talk about me. And it's like, I'm telling y'all, Wendy is hiding something in regards to this lady. Candiace is like, we friends and all, but I'm not going to flip up on who I am. I am still going to check on her. In Candiace's defense, we have seen Candiace check on, I think, almost every single person in some capacity throughout the years. That is just her, that's her nature, that's just who she is. So we're in the car, and they're back in their cars, by way of zodiac sign, I guess. And Gizelle feels that Wendy should apologize for the drug accusation. Meanwhile, Wendy is in her car saying that there's nothing for them to salvage. There's no relationship that she chooses to have with Nneka. So we're at dinner. Karen said that she is too tired to chew, so she's going to eat off for everybody else's whatever. I'm going to tell y'all this. I felt Karen. I'm a person that I say all the time, I get tired of chewing while eating, right? I have said that so many times, and people look at me like I'm crazy when I say it, but it's real. I get tired of chewing too. So Gizelle is like, well, that's just where I kind of like what you do with Ray. Because somebody is like, you just gonna swallow your food? Like, what does that mean? So now the conversation gets very lighthearted, and we're talking about sucking and fucking and swallowing, right? So Wendy asked who at the table swallows. Robyn is the only person that raises her hand. Everyone is disgusted. Karen said that giving the headlines, she shouldn't be swallowing anything because you don't know who you drinking. I said, God damn. Like, point for Karen. Point for Karen. That was funny. Because it's like, seriously, it's like Robyn walks right into jokes sometimes. My God. So Candiace then said that she would prefer to be peed on before swallowing. So Mia is like, what's going on in that household? And it's like, Candiace, you probably like, you know what? I'm not going to judge nobody's sexual kink. If that's what you got going on over there with Chris, girl, I guess. So Nneka then tells the group that she's been trying to conceive and she's been having trouble, so this is coming at the right time for her. While this is going on, they juxtapose over to Wendy, who is completely ignoring her. I want y'all to see that, truth be told, it's not the cast ruining the show or dividing the fan base or anything. It's production. It's production. Production, who is the same person, Eric, who we know produces Atlanta, is doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Anytime Candiace talks, they zero in on Gizelle. Anytime Gizelle talks, they zero in on Wendy. Like, it's a production issue, y'all. It's a production issue. These ladies can coexist with each other and not speak. It's only bothering y'all. It's not bothering them. They are getting along very fine with it. So, Nneka said that she wants twins, a boy and a girl. Robyn invites the ladies up to her room afterwards. I don't know what for, because it looked like they were all there literally for a couple minutes. Immediately, Karen and Gizelle go to sleep, because we know that they don't be at the after parties typically and all that type of stuff. Candiace then has on Robyn's shoes. And this is what I don't get about Candiace. Like, somebody make it make sense. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. It's like, It's like you don't want anybody to know that you like this lady, but you got her shoes on, and Robyn is looking like the fuck, cause like that's what I was looking at too. Like, why you got her shoes on? So before Candiace leaves, she lets Robyn know that she wants to talk to her tomorrow, and Robyn is like, "Oh, okay, sure." So they're at breakfast in Ashley's room. Gizelle tells Robyn, I was a bad bestie because I left you in a room with people that have been trashing you. Ashley is like, yeah, I'm kind of shocked that Candiace even came up to your room. So they are painting a representation of their vagina. That's the exercise Ashley wants to do. Nobody wants to do it. Candiace is like, well, some of these women have been ran through and they should be painting roast beef. Um, Nobody wants to do it because it's like, Ashley, what the fuck? Like, seriously. So Karen then decides to bring up Robyn getting the second penthouse room. She said, Ashley feels that you're going through something. The rest of us don't know what that is because you're only telling a certain sector of people. I'm going to stop y'all right there. Time out. Flag on the play. Like, what is Karen's obsession with this, right? I know that a lot of people feel like for some reason y'all felt bamboozled, y'all felt gypped, led astray, y'all felt deceived that Robyn did not sit on here and scream to the heavens that Juan was cheating on her, right? If you feel that way, I guess. I don't take reality TV that serious, so when I saw the news afterwards, I was like, oh. I think I felt that what Robyn did wrong was put it behind a paywall. Robyn should have never it should have just been behind the paywall. It should have never, but nonetheless. So Karen feels that Robyn is dividing the group. And I think that is the dumbest thing Karen has ever said. And this is why. Robyn went through something with Juan, right? She told Jizzy. Jizzy is her friend. I think they were friends before the show. She told Ashley more than likely. What reason, like, honest to God, what reason would Robyn have to tell Karen about this when Karen has been talking shit about her and Juan all last season? Why would she tell Wendy when her and Wendy weren't getting along? Why would she tell Candiace when her and Candiace were kind of very rocky because of what Gizelle said about Chris? Robyn got lumped into it when it came to Candiace and Chris. You know what I mean? I guess for me, I don't think Robyn divided the group. I have one best friend. I have two best friends. And then I have some other people that I consider very close friends, right? Every single thing that happens to me, I don't send out a mass group text. I was in the emergency room a couple weeks ago, found out that I have like a heart condition I'm gonna need like a surgery for. I did not text every single person in my phone. I told my two best friends. So my two best friends know about it, and then a couple secondary people know about it. Does that mean I'm dividing my friend group? Because we're all friends with each other. That's not dividing the friend group. So I don't understand why Karen thinks that Robyn is dividing the friend group. You're not going to tell every single thing about yourself to everybody, right? So Robyn said that she reaches out to the people, or she responds to the people that reach out to her. Candiace said, I reached out to you. We see the text message on the screen. Here's my question, Candiace. Did you reach out to her before or after you called her a fraud and a liar, and you called Andy and Chris got on Twitter and called for Robyn to be fired? Did that text come before or after that? It's like Candiace is calling, she calls Robyn, tells Robyn, don't be dense later. Don't be dense now. Candiace is acting purposely obtuse about this. You know why she didn't respond to you. So did you text her first? She didn't respond, so then you chose to drag her? Or did you drag her first on social media and I guess hope that she didn't see and then you text her? This makes absolutely no sense. So Robyn says, you've been dragging me. Why would I reach out to you? And it has been torture. Of course, Candiace, me too. Me too. My life has been torture as well. Let's be real, Candiace. Everybody and their mama was on your side when it came to Gizelle and Chris. Not one person. Well, that's not true. There are people that feel that Gizelle was in her rights for what she said. There are some people that think that Chris did do something with Gizelle. I don't. I think if Gizelle felt uncomfortable, she felt uncomfortable, but I don't think Chris did or said anything to her to make her uncomfortable. I think that that's just a Gizelle issue, right? So, but nobody was attacking you personally for this. So I don't know, like, it's like, I'm telling you, Candiace keeps saying stuff like that because it bothers her that Gizelle is not interacting with her, because she wanted Gizelle to pipe up and say something so she can read her down and call her neck and call her ankles and call her cankles and call her white and everything under the sun so she can get the fans activated. That's what Candiace wants. She keeps saying stuff like that to get that to happen. Gizelle's not biting. Gizelle is not biting, and you can tell it's bothering Candiace. She's doing everything she can to try to get that to happen. So Karen then said that Robyn needs to be held accountable. Now, here's the thing. The only thing that Robyn needs to be held accountable for is not saying this on camera. She doesn't have to tell you, Karen. She doesn't have to tell you, Candiace, or you, Wendy. So Wendy then asks, so before that, Karen, so Karen says she needs to be held accountable. Robyn's weird ass stands up, beat me, come on, beat me up, guys. And it's like, Robyn, sit your simple ass down. Like this, and see, Robyn, you are never gonna beat the aggression allegation, sis. You're never gonna beat it. You know why? Because you stand up and do stupid stuff like this. There was no reason for you to stand up. Absolutely no reason. And my thing is, Robyn, you know that they be calling you aggressive. You know it. You know it, but you still stood up. So Karen is in her confessional, talking about some Robyn sit down to put a bonnet on. Candiace is in the back crying. What is Candiace crying for? Why did we see that triangle? What are you crying for, Candiace? It's so much going on. So then Robyn is like, it's a very personal experience that she just didn't feel the need to share. Karen is like, no, but you're charging people $5.99 for it. Mia said, well, buy it then. Pay the $5.99. When Mia said, just pay for it, I died. I died. I mean, Karen, you paying for Twitter Blue. You might as well. Mia said, just pay for it. Robyn then said that she'll answer anything that people want if they don't attack her. Now, on this part, excuse me, on this part, I was on Robyn's side. The way that Karen has been coming at her, especially in this situation, you were attacking her. It was an ambush. So Wendy very calmly asked, why didn't we see you at least go up to your homegirl and talk about it? Gizelle said, just because y'all didn't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen. Now, the real question is, did y'all do it on camera and production did not air it? That's the thing. We know that she talked to you about it, Gizelle. Everybody's issue is, why didn't she talk to you about it on camera? Robyn, so then Candiace asked Robyn, so you never wanted to look at the text or the messages. Robyn first said that, well, it's no, and she never wanted to see what happened. She then said that Juan scrubs his phone. I don't trust anybody that deletes their text messages and their emails like that. I don't. I got text messages that go back to 2013 because I want to remind people and let people know what they said to me and how they said it, right? So apparently Juan scrubs his phone, deletes his phone like crazy. He doesn't even save people's phone numbers. And I'm like, Robyn, you don't think that's a problem, sis? It's almost like, Robyn, maybe you should just keep denying everything because when you do talk, you sound stupid. But I hope that this is the last we have to hear about it. Robyn done told y'all what she know. Karen, are you satisfied now? Because Karen is very incessant about this. It's weird. It's odd. So we find out the ladies are going to be divided to go boot shopping into the distillery. One thing that I do not like about Potomac is that they do split them in groups too often when they go on trips. I don't remember, I can't think of Atlanta doing that. I feel like no matter what the activity is, Atlanta's gonna have all the housewives and the friends at that same activity. But they divide them. So boot shopping is Robyn, Gizelle, and Nneka and Ashley. While they're going there in the car, Robyn feels like the ladies are acting as if she did something to them, and she is. They are. I agree with that. Karen is taking this so personal, and I don't understand why. So Nneka feels that the convo was a very heated issue and feels that Robyn has been, very open about it. Robyn has not been open about it, Nneka. You just got here, sis, so you really shouldn't have a comment about it. Gizelle feels that they made Robyn's issue more about them, and I agree with that. I think they did. I do think, aside from Wendy asked, I think, a very valid question, but the way that Candiace is acting and the way that Karen are acting about it is weird to me. It's weird to me. I do not think that Robyn sat back and said, well, Juan got caught cheating, so let's just lie and say that Chris said this to Gizelle so that we can deflect. I think that's silly because Karen knew about it. I feel like if there are issues that y'all know are going on in each other's lives, why don't y'all bring it up on camera if y'all want to talk about it so bad? But I think we have to be realistic here. Nobody is going to get on camera and say, yeah, my dude bought a hotel room for another bitch. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So I don't understand why they're acting like it would happen. Let's say that Chris was doing something. Candiace would never get on this show and admit it. She would never. If let's say Eddie did do something, Wendy wouldn't run to the show and admit it. So why do y'all expect Robyn to? That's my whole point. It's not defending Robyn, but it's also kind of like, why did y'all think that she was? And I get it, reality TV, but honestly, why do y'all think that she's gonna run on camera and be forthcoming with information when y'all been dragging her and her situation in her relationship, marriage, whatever it was at that point for their God? Meanwhile, for the distillery is Wendy, Candiace, Mia, and Karen. So in the car, Karen said it's obvious that Robyn loves Juan. Wendy says she simply doesn't care. If she wants to be okay with this man cheating on her, she don't care. And I feel like that's the attitude that we all should have when it comes to Robyn. The way that I truly don't care what goes on in that household, you know why? Because Robyn, if you are dumb enough to believe this story, that's on you. That's between you and your self-esteem. That has nothing to do with me and what I got going on over here. So when they get to the distillery, Karen simple ass thinks they're at a brewery for some reason. They end up taking a shot. Was it whiskey or tequila? I think they were taking tequila. No, it was whiskey. But they're Candiace and Wendy take a shot of 150 proof whiskey. Yikes. They're out sitting out eating. And there's a black crow, and Mia asks Wendy if that's her mama. I think Wendy letting these people play with her mama too much, if you ask me. Wendy is letting them play with her mama way too much. It's very interesting the people that Wendy chooses to get buck with and the people she doesn't. It is extremely disrespectful for Mia to ask if your mama is the damn black crow sitting on the fence. But at the same time, Wendy has allowed her mother to become an unofficial friend of the show when you allow your mother to attack these people on social media. I know people say you can't control your mom and all the other type of stuff, and no, you can, but it's also like, Wendy, you need to get like, I don't know what needs to happen, but these mothers and cousins and husbands and everybody else that let their families get involved on this show, you got to do something to check them in. Your mama inserted herself into Mia's business when she attacked her the way that she did on Twitter. So I feel like if Mia wants to say something about your mama, she can. Because your mama started with her first. So Mia then says, she's just kidding. Wendy explains that Catholics have shrines and that each saint has a shrine. So the introduction of voodoo and witchcraft and all that type of stuff is very derogatory. And Wendy said that she didn't feel the need to explain this, but it's like, why wouldn't you, Wendy? From the moment that Nneka said your mom submitted my name to a shrine, why wouldn't you say then and there at the pickleball event, we're Catholic, so that just means she prayed to a saint? Why wouldn't Wendy want to clear that up? Like, seriously, why wouldn't Wendy want to clear that up? That's not weird to y'all? So for you to say, I didn't think I had to explain it, not everybody's Catholic. Not everybody knows that Catholics have shrines. Wendy feels that, growing up with a single mom that all but sacrificed her life so that you could be great, she will not be friends with somebody that attacks her mom. That's valid. That's valid. But I also kind of feel like a lot of this could have been cleared up. Wendy is also not saying and not proving that her mom did not pray against this woman, or that her mom did not call her and was talking cash shit. Wendy knows what her mom did, right? That's the thing. Wendy knows what her mom did. Wendy knows what her mom is capable of. And all this talking in circles that Wendy is doing, trying to defect away from the issue, is just making her look worse. So Mia said that she wants what's best for her, talking about Wendy, and she will leave it alone. It is amazing how in a matter of a couple episodes, they have gone from I'm never going to talk to you when you're too slow to understand what my YouTube channel is going to be about, to now they are just, bosom buddies. That's why I say Candiace and Wendy, it's like they want to be friends with these ladies, but they don't want to lose their fan base. You see what I'm saying? They want, I am willing to pay money that if Gizelle went up to Wendy and said, you know what, Wendy, I'm sorry, let's start fresh, Wendy would jump on that shit. She would. They want to be friends with everybody in the group, but they don't want to lose their fan base. And Candiace and Wendy's fan base is on the backs of them not liking Gizelle and Robyn, because majority of the fan base does not care for them. It's an interesting dynamic to watch. It's a very interesting dynamic. So the ladies leave and everybody meets up at lunch, and Nneka is talking about how she's excited for her traditional wedding in Nigeria. It's going to be at like her father's land. Her husband has a chief title, a real one, not like a fake one, because people do pay for that. And she was like, kind of like how people pay for being verified on Twitter. So then Robyn is like, Karen, kind of how you and Mia have the blue check still. And Mia was like, yep, clocked it. Mia proudly pays her. What is Twitter blue? $11.99. Mia proudly pays for hers. Karen is like, well, maybe they just don't like you on Twitter. Gizelle said that is not how that works. The only people that I think have their verified checks and they did not pay for them are LeBron, and was it Stephen King that Elon said that he's going to give them their verified checks for free. But if somebody has a verified check, they paid for that. That is just the way of Twitter right now. I think it's silly. I think it's trash. I think it's a very dangerous precedent, but that's the state of, that's the state of X at this point. So Karen pulls out her phone and she goes up to Wendy. Wendy is like, it shows you how you got your verified badge. Because I think like corporations are like yellow now. Twitter's such a mess. But when Karen is reading it and they're like, yes, because you're subscribed to Twitter, blue. The way that they shamed her for paying Karen is like, I didn't do that. We look, it's on her Apple Pay. Here's the thing, y'all. Y'all were on Twitter. Karen would never. She doesn't know what she's doing. It's amazing. It is simply amazing how Karen is so technological savvy when it comes to everything else, and Karen is just so in the know, and Karen is this and Karen is that. But when it comes to something like this, y'all think Karen's ass is too old to know how to do it. It's on her Apple Pay. Karen paid for that Twitter. Karen paid for it. So another, nice lighthearted moment. So then it switches to Ashley getting a divorce. Ashley says she is still getting one and they are working out custody. So Ashley wants the kids during the week and Michael getting them every other weekend. And Wendy was like, every other? Ashley does not want to be away from her kids for a week, for 7 days. Michael wants more time with them. Ashley's not getting a divorce, but we know this. So Mia then asks about the lawsuit, speaking of Michael. And Candiace says she's not speaking about that in this group, i.e., I'm not talking about this in front of Gizelle, which is who I think the issue is, talking about it in front of Gizelle, which would be facts. I'm not telling you my business in front of this lady. I don't know. So Robyn said, let's get a list of what we can and cannot talk about in this group. Candiace said, no, we can be dense another day. I said, Jesus. So is it, are you not being dense today either then, Candiace? Because you keep trying to act as if you don't understand why Robyn don't want to rock with you. But okay, I guess different strokes for different folks. So Robyn is like, excuse me? So Candiace said, it is a lawsuit. I cannot speak on this lawsuit. It's a legal matter. Robyn, you are not dumb and you know this. She then goes on to say, you went against that when you spoke about Juan's case at the reunion. I think that we all were like, why is Robyn speaking on Juan's case at the reunion? That was stupid, Robyn. Candiace then made the statement that she probably didn't do Juan any favors by saying that. Robyn said that Juan getting fired has nothing to do with the lawsuit. Wendy said that was a Title IX violation that absolutely did have something to do with that. Robyn said no, it didn't, because I guess they have the proof that as soon as the situation was brought to Juan, he went and told the athletic director, and she is standing firm, stand on business, that Juan did everything he was supposed to in a timely manner. Now, we don't know. Do I think that Juan did? I don't know. I have no idea. I think I don't have an issue with Wendy bringing it up. But it's also like, if we're not going to talk about Michael suing Candiace, why are we talking about details of Juan's lawsuit too? Like Candiace, I don't know. There's different goalposts for everybody in the group. Robyn then feels that, Wendy was out of line for that. Gizelle, as they're leaving, Gizelle said, Robyn asked a good question. What can we talk about and what can't we? Candiace somehow takes that personal. I think Gizelle made a blanket statement. Robyn don't want to talk about shit. Karen doesn't want to talk about her institution. Candiace doesn't want to talk about the lawsuit. Wendy doesn't want to talk about her mom. So, I think it was a good blanket question. Candiace took it personal, again, because Candiace is chomping at the bit, waiting for a reason to say something to Gizelle so she can get her Twitter activated. So they're in the car, and Wendy asks Robyn if she's feeling better from this morning. Robyn says she's fine. Candiace asks if she's not ready to talk. Robyn's not interested in the conversation. She doesn't want to talk anymore. And she said that the fact that Wendy turned this into a Title IX violation when it absolutely wasn't fair, and it put stuff on her. Robyn now feels like she is being villainized. Candiace said, "Don't cry. I don't have a tissue." I mean, Robyn, I don't know what to tell you, Robyn. I don't know what to tell you. Do I think that? I mean, let me backtrack. Do I think that Wendy should have brought up the Title IX situation? I don't. Is it a very valid question? Absolutely. But I don't know. I don't know. I know how y'all are gonna feel about it, but I don't know. I don't know. But I feel like, Robyn, you have made everybody else feel this exact same way when it has come to different things involving their life. So if now that you're in the hot seat, put on the seatbelt, girl, and buckle up. I don't know what to tell you. It's going to be very hard pressed for you to find sympathy, Robyn. It is very hard pressed. The only thing that I stand on Robyn's side with is the fact that I don't know why y'all expected this lady to come on here and talk about what happened. But in situations like this, Robyn, you got to eat that, because this is what you have done to people time and time again on this here show. You got in Karen's ass about her tax issues and where she lived. You got in Katie's ass about different things. You've gotten Ashley's ass. You've gone on about everybody. So, like, now it's your turn, sis. Now it's your turn, good sis. In the words of Wendy. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode. If you have not already, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, tell a friend, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.